of a resume should always include your name. You want to have your first and last name, and you really don't want to include any nicknames if you have those. It should always include your address. The only abbreviation acceptable should be the state. So you'll abbreviate, for instance, Colorado would be abbreviated capital C and capital O. So the correct address layout should appear as your name, John Smith. The next line should include your physical address, for instance, the street name and any apartment. For example, 223 East Center Boulevard, apartment 23. The next line should be the city and the state and the zip code. Phoenix, Arizona. Arizona can be abbreviated AZ and then your zip code. You always want to include your telephone number, include your area code. You always want your employer or potential employer to be able to get in touch with you. Include your email address, as many companies are going to correspond using an email address. Make sure that you check your email if you include it, as you might have correspondence from the potential company. Your target job title, this should appear right after the contact information. It's going to act as the headline for your resume. Any career summary, this paragraph, the objective is going to demonstrate that you have the knowledge and skills necessary to excel at the available position. Any previous work experience should be included, which should include your employment dates. Make sure that you list accurate dates, as your potential employer is going to check those for accuracy. And then your job title with those specific dates. It's not necessary to go into specific detail. Just list the job title that coincides with those dates. For example, if you were a junior assistant, it's really not necessary to include that information. Just simply state dental assistant. The company name should appear with that information, as your potential future employer is going to check that information as well. Also include that company's location. In the body of your resume, you can include responsibilities and achievements and what you are capable of. Any education, if you're recently out of school, it's important to include the education. And you can also include any achievements or extracurricular activities. You can emphasize those. For example, if you were a class president or you graduated with a GPA of 4.0, be sure to include that information. There are elements that you should avoid in a resume. You want to exclude the reasons that you left a previous job. If you have an interview with that employer, they're going to ask you that information. Any errors, make sure that somebody is proofing your resume, probably not once, but twice, and maybe finally for a third time. You want everything to be accurate, as your potential employer is going to be looking through your resume, and those things are going to pop out. So make sure that it is perfect before you submit that. So that sums it up for resume preparation. Good luck, and good luck in finding your next position.